Hello Leo, Turquoise Tarot here with your reading for February 2017. I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day and I hope you have a wonderful month ahead of you. Couple quick announcements. If you're interested in a private reading, those readings range from $30 to $65 depending on what type of reading you request. You can find that information on my website, and that link is posted below in the information box. Also, if you're interested in contacting me, I'll post my my email address in the information box below. And if you are interested in making a donation, which is always greatly appreciated, I will post that link below as well. Now, the readings are video readings, my private readings. They're videos, and I send them to you. If you have any questions after viewing, you can always email me, and I'll be happy to answer what I can for you. And they're readings that they're private, so no one else can view them, but you get to keep them, so you can always reference back to them at a later point if you wish to do so. Again, if you're interested in a private reading, you can look at my website below, and all the information will be there. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and get started on your monthly reading for February. I'm going to do the first spread is going to be for a general reading, and then I'll do another spread for singles and couples for the month. So let's see what the general energy is for Leo for the month of February. General messages. Okay, straighten it out here. We have the Page of Wands, Seven of Cups, the Lovers. I was going to say the Two of Cups, but it's the Lovers, the World, the Tower, Seven of Rods, Ten of Swords. I've seen this card come up in other readings so far this month. It's kind of weird. The Chariot and Strength. And at the bottom of the deck we have Judgment. So what's interesting, Leo, is we have 6 major arcana cards out of the 10 cards total that we have here. So I feel like there's some big changes going on for you in your personal life, possibly your professional life as well. I really feel like the Strength card is your energy. I feel like this is the Leo card in the tarot, so I feel like this is your energy this month. And I see here that the main thing that you're dealing with this month is overcoming an ending of some kind. And I want to say that this is a month where you see the silver lining in an ending to something. It's a month where you're starting to understand that by letting go of something emotionally, and maybe even physically, by letting something go, whether that's a job or a relationship, you're opening yourself up to options. So options are going to be presented to you this month, because it's when we close a door that needs to be closed or is forced closed, new doors open for us. And I think this month you're very aware of that, and you're looking at your options, and you're trying to decide where it is you want to go and which direction you want to go. Now, one thing to keep in mind when options are open to us is there's always going to be good and bad options. You know, if you look at this card, the Seven of Cups, we see that in some of the cups there's like a victory wreath here. There's gold and jewels in another cup, but in some cups we have like the snake. Okay, down here we have this little dragon looking thing. So it's a reminder that when you have options open, some options may not be the best option, right? And you're very aware of this, and you're taking note, and you're analyzing what would be the best option for you. And basically, the direction in which you want to go is one where you're going to have long-term success, because the Lover's card is about this man who meets this woman, and he enjoys this woman's company, yet he knows that he has a special mission ahead of him, and he knows he has to keep moving in a certain direction in order to find the real answers to life's questions that he's seeking. So he has a choice of whether to stay put and stay with this woman, or he has the choice to follow the path down that leads to the mountain and over the mountain, which leads him into his destiny and leads him to what he's meant to do and what he's meant to be. So I feel like for some of you, you're facing an option where, look, you can stay where you're at and you can stay put, but you're doing it out of fear and you're doing it out of wanting to be comfortable. Or you can take a chance and go for the big, go for the big thing. So for some of you, it may be you're debating whether or not to apply for a particular job. It may be you're debating whether or not you should try again in a relationship, because that relationship was you were comfortable, you were happy there to an extent. But I see here, whatever it is that you're overcoming and you're moving away from, you're making the choice to not act in fear and not return to what was once comfortable or thought comfortable. You're making the choice to move ahead and open new doors and seek new opportunities. What this is going to do for you is it's going to give you a chance to rebuild some type of I want to say it like this. You have something within you that you've built a belief upon or a thought upon. But whatever this thought or belief is, it's not built on reality. It's not built on fact. And it can be just negative thinking or thought patterns that, you repeat to yourself. And what happens is when you decide to overcome this fear or this challenge and make better decisions moving forward, you're breaking down this thought pattern that has kind of repressed you or held you back in the past. You're rebuilding a structure within yourself and a way of thinking, a way of perceiving things, understanding your reality, your life. And it's going to be a bit challenging for you because you got to fight against yourself in a sense. You got to stand your ground with your belief and say, I understand that I need to break down these walls or these barriers within myself that I've created out of fear or out of a desire to just be comfortable. And it's going to be a challenge for you because you're having to stand up for yourself against yourself in a sense. Because you always want to go back to those, thought patterns that were there or already established. It's hard to change our thought patterns. But I see that, again, you're going to be successful in doing that, okay? It's overcoming that, and it's overcoming the challenges with that. Something had to end. Something left you feeling down and out, perhaps. But again, this month, there's recognition that it's for the better good. Now, the Chariot and the World card are both cards about victory, okay? So you're overcoming whatever challenges you face mentally with breaking down these barriers, but also in your physical life, you're overcoming challenges, whether, again, it's a new job, a new relationship, or an ending to a relationship. Whatever is hindering you from moving ahead, you're overcoming that. You have the strength. You have the fire in you. You have that passionate energy. We see that here we have 2 wands, but then we also have the Chariot who's holding something similar to a wand. So it's like, you're fired up and you're passionate about new beginnings this month. And the Judgment card just kind of, honestly, as this is the overall energy for the reading, and I think it caps it really well. The Judgment card is about rebirth, and it's about understanding life in a new way, seeing things in a new light, gaining new perspective, walking a new path that you haven't walked before. So instead of being stuck in what was and remaining where you were, you're moving ahead. You're forging a new way, a new path. And that's the direction in which you are meant to go. Okay? Now let me just clarify some of this with these Gypsy Oracle cards. I have gotten a lot of questions about these cards. They are called the Gypsy Oracle, and you can find them on Amazon, or you can find them in a lot of New Age stores. Just depends on what your preference is. So I want to look first at this Ten of Swords. Okay. Okay, so two cards fell out, and the two cards that fell out are the Enemy card and the Widower. And then I pulled the Thought card. So what this is telling me is it's overcoming some situation where somebody did not act in your best interest. Somebody maybe took advantage of you. Somebody hurt you in some significant way that left you feeling down and out, okay? However, this month, you're really able to emotionally, mentally, and physically say goodbye to that and not let it hold you back any further. You put a lot of thought and energy into this, and you're realizing that maybe you put too much thought and energy into this person that they didn't even deserve, okay? So, or this situation, doesn't have to be a person. Whatever it is, you're moving on from that. Let me look at, let's see, what should we look at here? I want to look at the Tower. See? Yeah. We have a house here, okay? And then we have a house here. We have two structures. You're rebuilding a structure within yourself. I want to say this is within yourself. That's what I'm getting. It's rebuilding your reality, your perceptions. And when you do that, you create a strong foundation for yourself. It's a gift, it's a blessing that this is happening, and it gives you the ability to forge ahead, to move forward like a soldier, just going after what it is you want to achieve. Okay? That's what I have for your general reading, Libra. I'm sorry, Libra. I mean Leo, sorry. Let me go ahead and look at what's coming in for single Leos for the month of February. We have the Three of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Four of Wands, High Priestess, Justice, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. I'm sorry, Seven of Swords. Six of Swords. I'm sorry. And then we have the Ace of Swords. I don't know why I was getting that mixed up. All right, let's see what we have here. We have two sixes. And this is speaking to me of change. There's changes occurring within your interrelationships. I have to say, I feel like some of you, there may be someone that you're interested in, but I feel like in the month of February, I feel like you're giving them up. I feel like this is something you've been working on, you know, you've been trying to get a feel for what their feelings are, or emotionally where they're at. But I feel like there's just so much effort, or it's too much effort, and some of you may just say, walk away from it because you're tired. It's like a game to you, and you're tired of playing the game. Let me look here. I feel like some of you may be, I don't want to say you're in a committed, I don't feel you're in a committed relationship. I feel like you're kind of at the beginning stages of a relationship, or you may meet somebody this month where you start, this playful banter, and you're flirtatious with one another, but it's not getting any deeper than that. And ultimately, you're wanting a family, or you're wanting a serious, committed relationship, and this person isn't showing you that that's what they're about, or that that's what they want too. It's kind of like they're playing games. And so I feel like you know what you want, and you know what you want in a relationship, and this isn't it. And I think you're at a point where it's like, I'm not going to play these games anymore. I want something more substantial. I want something that offers me real commitment. So I'm going to be looking elsewhere, because there's no strong emotional fulfillment in this relationship. And I almost feel like this person, they like to have fun. They like to party. Maybe they like to drink a lot. And you're saying, you know what? This isn't for me. This isn't what I want. I want to say that for some of you too, there may be travel involved this month, where you're traveling over water, or you're traveling to be near water. I feel like this may be for a work situation where, you have to travel for work. I feel like when you go, however, there's a message here to just be careful how you act around your peers that you're going with, because I feel like there's going to be an opportunity to go out and celebrate, or go out for dinner. And there's just a message here, be careful not to drink too much when you do this. Don't be too comfortable. Because I think you're going to be doing some oversharing if that's the case, and then you're going to be very embarrassed about it, okay? And I know that's not directly related to love messages, but that's something I am seeing here, so I wanted to share that. I want to say that for some of you, I'm getting a message, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. Some of you may have been wishing, dreaming, hoping about a particular someone, okay? And I feel like this person comes in, okay? And there's talk about potential relationships, or relations even. And what ends up happening is, initially it feels like a wish come true, but this person, they take what they want and then they're gone. So look, you're learning the hard way what the reality of a situation is, or what they really want, or what they really think. So just be careful of that this month, okay? let's clarify some of this. I want to look at the, I really pulled to the Judgment card here. So we have the Priest, we have money, and then we have melancholy on the Judgment, or I'm sorry, on Justice card. So that's the Judge here with the scales, the balanced scales. So there's some type of balancing taking place where you're realizing that the Priest is a single man. Okay, he's a single person. Then we have money, which to me talks about, in an emotional sense, it's something that brings security, stability. And then we have the card of melancholy and sadness. So balance needs to be restored in your own self-confidence and perception of self. And you need to be more positive and optimistic about your love life instead of feeling melancholy or feeling as if I don't know when the right person's going to come in or if someone's out there for me. Instead of feeling that way, you got to trust that things will happen in due time when they're meant to happen, but also while you're waiting for that, your work to do is to build up your own self-worth and self-confidence, okay? So that that right person, you're ready for that right person, okay? And this ties into, you know, having desires about other people or for other people, but they're not the right people for you. Let's look at the Ace of Swords here. Yeah, so this is hard-learned knowledge, okay? You had to learn it the hard way, but you learned it. And you're soldiering on, you're moving ahead from a sorrowful situation about somebody that you've known from the past. But this Old Woman card can also represent wisdom, wisdom that you've gained through going through this situation that taught you a challenging lesson, right? Sorry, let me fix my little table thing here. So you're going to be overcoming this sorrow. You're going to be moving ahead, but you're going to gain some wisdom out of this too. Okay, so I would just say if there is someone you're really interested in, it may not be entirely mutual. They may have some physical attraction there. I just don't see them ready for a full-on, full-fledged commitment like you are. So just be careful with, you know, giving your heart away or anything else away that you don't want to give away without, you know, knowing for certain where the other person stands. So let me go ahead and look at what's coming in for coupled Leos for the month of February. I have the Tower, I'm sorry, I keep saying two, that's the Lovers, 4 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, the World, Hanged Man, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, and Justice. Justice has been coming out a lot in all of my readings. And then we have the Moon. So let's see what's going on here for the coupled Leos. Well, what's interesting is we have this 3 and 5 of Pentacles again. There's some type of disruption taking place within some type of collaborative effort, and it's leading to feelings of financial insecurity. So if you and your partner, let's say that you made a decision to move, okay, and you thought moving to this new place was going to be, you know, a big success. However, financially, it's hitting you hard. And so you're having to work together again and collaborate and work with one another to figure out how are we going to overcome these financial challenges, okay? So there's something here about a decision that was made that has led to some financial insecurity, and now you're having to work with your partner. There is a battle and conflict about this. However, I want you to understand that the battle and conflict isn't really with one another. What it's really about is your own fears, doubts, and insecurities, both yours and your partner's, that maybe you're not expressing appropriately. It's more like blaming one another for whatever the situation is, rather than discussing it with your partner and saying, these are my fears, this is what I want to see happen. This is, you know, how I can contribute to the situation, rather than playing, you know, pointing fingers kind of thing. And if you do that, there's success to be had when you do that, when you work together. This card's all about working together and collaboration. So you don't want to be blaming one another or putting all the blame on one person. It's really about working together, okay? I'm seeing that some of you are wanting marriage, or you're wanting to take the next step in your relationship. However, it's not happening as of yet. And that may be where some of the conflict comes in. Instead of it being really a financial issue, it may be an emotional issue where you're wanting, or they're wanting, a deeper level of commitment, and someone has put the brakes on that for now because that's maybe not what they're desiring. So there's a need for a change in perception, but also a need to be more, I want to say there just needs to be more give and take in this relationship as a whole. And I think it may feel like you're having to sacrifice something in order to get that give and take in a relationship, but it's really just about you or your partner altering your perceptions, or changing your perceptions of the situation, and not playing the blame game, but rather saying, okay, this is what I want, this is what you want. How can we collaborate together to get to what we want together? And there's decisions to make. You know, there's decisions to make in this relationship. However, you got to work together, and you got to do so in a loving way. Remember that ultimately you should be friends first, right? And you wouldn't talk to a friend the way you talk to your partner when you're blaming each other. It's more of, well, look, this is my part in it, and I apologize for my part. However, let's work together to see how we're going to move forward. You know, what do we both need? What do we both want to make this happen the way we want it to? Let me look at the World card here in the center. I want to say for some of you too, it may be that your lover is traveling and you're not going to be able to see them much this month. That's a sacrifice you may have to make. You may feel emotionally, you know, distant because of that. All right, so on the World card, we have the Old Woman, we have the card Sai, and then we have the Priest. So this talks about a completion, a successful completion to something. It's also about travel, okay? It's about things coming to an end and beginning a new cycle. So on these three cards, I feel like it's saying, look, you got to say goodbye to an old way of doing things, an old pattern in your relationship. And you need to have faith and trust that things will turn out favorably, or that things will be okay. Don't be pessimistic or negative with your partner. Let's look at the Moon card here. Yeah. Somebody's wanting marriage and maybe somebody else isn't. Somebody's wanting the ceremony, they're wanting the marriage, they're wanting maybe children. They see this as a fortunate thing. However, being on the moon card, it's either kept secret for now or it's something they really, really desire but they're not getting as of yet. Okay? For others of you, this is remembering that level of commitment that you've made to one another. Remember, this is a fortunate thing to have this relationship treated as a gift and as a blessing. And, take care of each other. You and your partner need to take care of one another and work together to work out whether they're financial issues or emotional issues, whatever this may be. You need to work together rather than opposing one another. And that may mean a change in perspective for each of you so that there can be balance restored in this relationship. Okay? Because ultimately you're both wanting security, stability, but you need to work together to create that. So that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope you all have a wonderful month, a wonderful February, and I will be back next month. Thank you. Bye.